Tevita Gukilau once again into the main event. We've seen him here so many times, famous for balancing time between West Oz, which Flick is very proud of, and Fiji, being a lifeguard on Namotu, and now going head-to-head with the world's best. As we know, the stories of wildcards, they have to take on the best in the world. You know, one wave can make a difference, and with someone like Tevita, with nothing to lose and all to gain, he could really upset this top seed of Griffin, who's S-ing down the line. Big section going down in front of Griff, and he'll end up just stepping off. So priority goes to Tevita. Such an amazing lineup here at Cloudbreak that's really improved throughout the day, and it's kind of changing paces again as we'll see Griff take this wave and just up and out. Well, back to this, we've got Tevita in motion and getting clipped, but just seeing the level really rise of talent.
Yeah, Asia Wilson is definitely the best player in the world right now, and they're so stylish and fashionable. And then obviously for Tahiti, I was kind of like, so it's kind of wild. I didn't know if it was going to work, but in my head, it was a real practical option for dragging and being able to control a handbrake that I feel like when water drags up your leg, it's like a handbrake you're not in control of. So,
you know, just to have access to these waves and to be able to get out there and get that experience on the board is so valuable.
Griffin Colapinto on the wind-up. Nice time, backhand, snap off the top, throwing so much water on a single maneuver opportunity. Size from 2 to 25 foot plus, and a lot bigger on the open face as we see just the airdrop from Griff on the way back out. Deeper on the reef, Tevita looks and holds back, no matter what. And if you can change gears and be on a foil and even go windsurfing, you can do it all. As we look at open face hack again for Griffin, world number 2 on the wind-up. Slams it and pulls in, hollow section, makes it out in a short space. That was a nice read from Colapinto.
But he did a good job at pulling that one off.
Flick, what'd you see here?
Oh, I just feel like he's being tradesman-like, right? He's like, okay, you know, time's ticked off the clock. I haven't got a solid score on the board yet. Let's go to work. And, you know, clicked off a couple of nice backhand cracks.
It's watching this, pulling in, up and under. Tevita comes out clean. Gukilau, the local wild card, resets the rail and looks to maybe pull it again, and does. Veets going the distance. 2-2 brides. And still swinging on the open face. This was the wave that, well, both these guys were waiting for. Griffin and Tevita are the priority heat. They can take waves off of Cole and Seth. They've got to be patient as their heat's just getting started. Colapinto looking for an answer back, coming off a big snap to start. Drawing a beautiful carve again. I'm loving those carving turns that he's throwing down. Quicker one, with a bit of a release into a wild backhand float that he's still trying to ride out from. Still laying low, wants to show the judges that he's got it, and it's almost unfair that there's not water left because he did a lot of heroics to make it that far.
So let's have another look here. Takes off and touches the rail there on that bottom hand turn, allows him to get so tight in the pocket. Sort of weaves down the line here, and that turn more out in the face. I think it's this next one here that he just shifts that weight to that front forward, releases the tail, and then here just going for the Hail Mary finish, but cannot ride out. I mean, you got to give him points. I mean, he gave it a red hot crack.
Yeah, I mean, what an effort. That wasn't the easiest backhand float, which was so cool to watch and get to see what you guys were up to in the lead up to this event, Hannah. That was a really special edition that I don't think we'll ever forget. I mean, seeing the smiles on their faces, getting to surf with their heroes, how good was that? Meeting your first pro surfer, I'm sure it was a moment you'll never forget.
Oh, 100%. I don't think you ever forget those moments.
Rolling in now, Griff hammers it. He's been really loving that extension on the backhand carve snap. It's like a hack that he's pushing a bit harder so he can stop it short if he wants. Really takes control of a tight space. He loses the finish, and Tevita punching through the first section. He'll get clipped as you see the set building behind him.
So it's just trying to get people to show up is like the biggest challenge, but it's not hard when there's waves like this.
Oh, 100%. Wow, talk about an airdrop and then controlling the rail. Colapinto out in front. And controls a nice clean snap. Got there early, sections colliding, but still rides away. Griffin slowly building and building.
Let's break it down. So just that big drop. He didn't even actually stand up. His hand never really left, he obviously did, but his hand never really left the rail. It was just that full drag straight into the barrel and then finished with 2 nice crisp turns. So, I mean, just demonstrating a beautiful technique there. You can really see just how deep he was. And it's not an easy barrel to ride out of right now. It's not that clean, hollow. There's a lot of warble. So here, right now, you can see it. He doesn't actually let go. So that's a full grab rail takeoff. Straight into the tube, gets absolutely coned through this little section here and muscles his way out. So great technique there by Griff.
All about positioning on the takeoff. With his ability, he really created that moment for himself. How about the finish, Flick?
The finish, I'm impressed because he's obviously doing his homework throughout this heat, right?
Obviously translate into the surfing community. Here we have Tevita up and riding.
Beats pulling in, messy section, but he had a pure line to go the distance. Stalling and a very stylish stall. Did he survive the lip? He did. Tevita still pushing to try to get into this heat with Griff, and he's right there. Similar type of number at their best, but Griffin's up on a big wall and absolutely lets go of a huge arc in the pocket. He's got so much grip on that rail. Now he's just playing with the open face. He's gotten there early to the lip line, and that's going to put him out to safety. Griffin loving it.
So I'd say he's finding his mojo right now. I feel like he's probably heard that last score click in.
Siva, Joella, watching the best in the world as we check out this replay. Always feels good when the wave spits, even if you're not in the barrel. But Hannah, talk about a great first connection.
Yeah, absolutely. He picked a really good one. I feel like these are kind of rare, especially with the wind, but to get one that connected all the way through, yeah, well done.
And then the inside, how'd you like the read, Flick?
Yeah, I just love the read. He just got up to it.
Getting through a challenging trials based on competition in beautiful waves at Cloudbreak. Griffin Colapinto gets the win into the round of 16.
Thanks so much, Joey. Yeah, Griffin, catching your breath here after a very busy heat. 12 waves caught, riding most of them, it seemed like, all the way onto dry reef. Talk to us about your strategy.
Pretty much just all in. I didn't actually know this morning that I needed to make that heat to clinch my spot for the finals. And then I found out after I lost, and so I was like, oh, wow, like, okay, go all in. And I was pretty much on the reef after every wave. I think I broke a coral head with my butt on one, so yeah, I got cuts everywhere.
So you already know that you've locked in your spot at the Lexus WSL Finals. What does it mean to you that you'll get a chance to fight for a world title in front of that home crowd again?
Oh, it means everything. Just put so much into this sport, and my whole life has been, you know, going towards what I'm doing now. So yeah, just, you know, soaking it in. And earlier was kind of like a stressful moment, you know, losing, and then I was like, oh, you know, it sucked to lose, and then just be hoping for everyone, you know, for other guys to lose so they don't pass me. And now I can just be like free and really enjoy this time on Tavi and, you know, take that weight off my shoulders.
Congratulations, Griff.
Thank you.
Winding up, Griff goes huge. Whoa! Pulls it around.
Having like the mission of a world title is so enjoyable and gives me like so much meaning to life.
He knows what he's got to do, and it's that.
Lift off.
Big cave setting up, pulls up and under, still traveling. Colapinto into daylight.
I think Griff finally has that true belief in himself. He knows he belongs now at the top, and that's why we're seeing this string of incredible results.
I know timing will just do its thing, and like when it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and that's when it'll happen.
Griffin Colapinto clinches a spot in the Lexus WSL Finals, and he will have another shot at a world title on his home break.